Hello and welcome to Navigate with Kalpana. Our value systems are often challenged in a modern, ever-changing world. How then are we to negotiate such contradictions? In this episode, let's re-examine the way we look at new societal trends. Let's look at a way to stay relevant. Marriages are breaking up faster than we have ever known. What's going on? Are young people crazy, irresponsible, stupid, or just plain spoiled? In my work as a therapist, I see a lot of broken marriages, and one thing I know for sure is that it's best not to jump to conclusions, be judgmental, and most important of all, put our framework of marriage onto the younger generation. Divorce was a bad word for many of us when we were growing up. Parents were known to hide away in shame when their children's divorce became public. Divorcing individuals were ashamed and guilty of what had happened in their lives. Many decades ago, a friend had confided that he and his wife, who continued to live in the same small Mumbai apartment, had been divorced for over a year, and no one knew about it. They themselves, who had initiated the legal action and gone through the whole process, had been unable to tell close friends about it. The wife did, however, stop socializing with common friends, always claiming to be too busy with work, and that indicated to some of us that trouble was brewing. They continued to live together for the sake of, or to fool, their parents and child. Practical details like shortage of affordable housing and, I suspect, the fear of living alone could also have played a role. He did say that their relationship since then had been more pleasant and peaceful than ever before, and also included an enjoyable road trip they took together to visit relatives. Whilst we as his friends were shocked to hear this news, we reacted differently. I personally felt that he was telling us about the broken marriage so that we could help him by telling others about it, something he himself was too fragile to do at that time. Others felt that possibly it was told to us in confidence in a moment of weakness, and we would be supporting him if we kept his secret. A broken marriage is like a terminally ill patient. You can keep the patient alive by switching on the ventilator, or you can pull the plug and let nature take its own course. As with any death, the mourning process follows. Grief at the loss of a loved one, the anger, the betrayal, the sadness and depression, followed by the slow acceptance. But here, finally and hopefully, there is a resolution. Keeping a marriage on a ventilator is to keep it alive, flogging oneself in the name of duty or social propriety. Breaking up a marriage because one of the partners wants out is like tearing a limb off the other, even if the limb is dysfunctional or dead. The breakup of a marriage is difficult for any generation. Younger generations have different ideas of what they need to do. Is it possible that young people are no longer that worried about what others will say, are more concerned about their own well-being? Maybe they believe that they have a better life available to them and that by unmarrying they can strive for it. Or that a relationship has run its course and now it's time to part ways. Who are we as the older generation to say that it is not a good decision when most of us did not have the guts to try it? In fact, when we were growing up, there was a lot of things that we did not have the guts to try. As women, did we ever really believe that women are as capable as men and can earn for the whole family without being unfeminine? Today, our daughters are showing us up. They are hardworking, in and outside the home, are holding responsible jobs, raising children, and living the good life. Okay, they don't have much time for us as we would like them to, but is that because we have become not just old, but rigid? Maybe this generation wants to do marriage differently. Just as we are proud of our daughters for working, maybe we need to be proud of young people when they decide they are not right for each other. Sounds shocking, but it's just another lifestyle option. If we can change our minds about women working, can't we change our minds about young people divorcing? No one in our family gets divorced. No women in our family have careers, are no longer valid arguments. Today, some of us in our families have both. The world around us has changed and has changed dramatically. This discussion is not about me changing your mind. It's more about me getting you to broaden your thinking. If we want to relate to the younger generation from a heartfelt feeling level, we must teach ourselves to keep our judgments and values aside for a moment. Let's be open when we listen and sincere when we respond. Let's stay flexible, stay fluid, move and change with the time. It will help us stay relevant. What do you think? Write to me.